Hey guys, finally Sony and Microsoft have revealed the release date and the price for their consoles. We now know that both the Xbox Series X and Series S are coming on November 10th, but for the PS5 and its digital edition, the console is coming out on November 12th for some countries and on November 19th for the rest of the world. Even the price and the release date have been revealed. Still, there is the big question, that is which games I'll be able to play once the consoles are out. And so for this video today, we've rounded up all the best confirmed launch games for the next gen consoles. Hope you enjoy watching, don't forget to subscribe, and let's start first with Astro's Playroom. It's a new platform game based on the Astro Bot Rescue Mission VR, where the purpose of this one is to showcase the new features of the PS5 controller, like the haptic feedback or the adaptive trigger. The game will feature 4 different worlds of each PS5 components, and it's free for every owners of the PlayStation 5 once it's released. And it's also a pre-installed game, so you won't need to download it either. And for a cyberpunk game that is not Cyberpunk 2077, Observer System Redux is a remake version of the original game from Bloober Team, set in the dark cyberpunk world in 2084, where you play as a neural detective who hacks into people's mind using a device called the Dream Eater. This new remake will feature great improvements like 4K resolution, ray tracing, HDR lighting, plus new character models and new story missions as well. The new Observer remake is set to launch on November 10th on Xbox Next Gen consoles and November 12th on PS5. And for Ubisoft games, we have Watch Dogs Legion, a new game from Watch Dogs series that is so much different from the other Watch Dogs games. This time, this new open world game will feature the ability to play as any characters once you recruit them into your group DedSec and save London from its dystopian surveillance state. Each character you recruit in the game will have unique abilities and unique backstories, and you can play with up to 4 players together in a cooperative multiplayer mode. Watch Dogs Legion is set to launch alongside the Xbox Series X and Series S on November 10th and at a later date on PS5. Next, we have a new launch game from Gearbox called Godfall. This new action third-person game set in a fantasy world that is split into different realms, where you play as one of the last knights to avoid a huge major event. The game will offer 5 different weapon classes to choose from, as well as unique abilities and skills, plus the option to play in single-player mode or with up to 3 players in cooperative mode. It's been also confirmed that Godfall will launch on PC exclusively on Epic Games Store and alongside the PS5 on November 12, 2020. For a competition game, there is an upcoming vehicular combat game called Destruction All-Stars. This upcoming colorful Destruction Derby game features 16 different All-Stars players with unique skills and unique costumes for each one of them. The gameplay is that you get on your own car set in the arena with 16 different players and start destroying the other player's car. Plus, you can both play behind the wheel or outside to evade attacks and switch between different vehicles. Destruction All-Stars will launch alongside the PS5 on November 12, 2020. Next, we have this one called The Falconeer, that is an open-world air combat game that takes place in a fantasy world called the Great Arcee. In this game, you will be playing as a warbird with different armors and weapons that can be upgraded through battles with other warbirds, or by completing different quests, or by discovering secrets and locations above the clouds or below the ocean in the Great Arcee. The Falconeer will launch on the next-gen Xbox consoles and PC on November 10, 2020. And for this year too, a new Assassin's Creed game is coming out on November 2020, and this time it is set in the Vikings era. Assassin's Creed Valhalla is an open world game where you get to play as Eivor, a Viking warrior, as you lead your clan to England and grow your settlements by fighting the Saxon armies and launch attacks on their fortress. Similar to the Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you will have the option to play as a male or female, and also a story that can be changed depending on your actions. The Assassin's Creed game will launch on the next-gen Xbox consoles on November 10 and November 12 on PS5. From Capcom, there is another game that is coming out to next-gen consoles, and sadly it's not Resident Evil 8, but it's the special edition of the latest Devil May Cry game. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition features new graphics improvements, including the ray tracing, 4K resolution, and with up to 120 FPS support. If you haven't played it yet, the game will have the returning of the main characters Dante and Nero, with new abilities and super weapons for killing demons and monsters, and also multiple playable characters and online co-op mode for certain missions. Devil May Cry 5 the Special Edition will arrive on next-gen consoles day 1. And for Demon Souls fan, the highly difficult game where you keep dying every time you play is now back as a remake version from PlayStation Studios and Bluepoint, featuring graphics improvement and great visual from what we've seen in this first look gameplay. For those who haven't played it yet, the game is set in Boletaria, a kingdom that is consumed by a dark being called the Old One, and you as a knight, your objective is to kill the demons and make an end to this dark being. As for the release date, it has been confirmed that Demon Souls will be a launch title for the PS5, so it's gonna be released on November 12, 2020. And for the last one, speaking of PlayStation 5 launch titles, Insomniac has returned with another Spider-Man game. Not Marvel's Spider-Man Part 2, but a new expansion game that takes place after the event of Marvel's Spider-Man, in which Miles Morales is beaten by a genetically enhanced spider, and now in this game Miles has fully integrated himself into the role of a Spider-Man, and now he must defend New York City from a gang war between high-tech criminal army, they call themselves the Underground, and the Roxanne Energy Corporation. The new Spider-Man game will launch on PS5 on November 12 with ray tracing, 4K resolution, and 16 FPS support, and free upgrade for PlayStation 4 players. And also for those who can pay more, there is an Ultimate Edition version that includes a remastered version of the original game. And that's it guys, keep in mind that this is not the final list, as there will be announcements for other launch games in the future. Until then, hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment on which one of these consoles you're gonna buy. Is it the PS5 or the Xbox Series X or Series S? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.